Good morning to everyone. Believe it or not, it's another Wednesday, and the time is just after 9 o'clock in the morning. And happy Wednesday to everyone. And another opportunity for a few more words from the pastor. I thought today I read something and online the other day, and I'm not always a good surfer, internet surfer, but I read something. And it was interesting to know that you can find a lot of good things, I guess, if you're looking for them. And I read a story about a homeless man and a shoebox that he had. And I thought I would just share that with you at this particular moment. There seems to have been a homeless man who lived right behind a convenience store outside, and it was on a cold, wintry day. I guess he had a habit of going near the door and just saying, "Good morning, what's your name?" And to everybody who passed in. Of course, nobody paid him any attention. He wore long trench coat, worn and tattered hat, uh, face worn by his time outdoors, and the worry and the concern and everything else, and the time, the rough living of being homeless means. Shabby, and certainly not someone that people felt comfortable conversing with, I'm sure. But he would just stand out there and ask people, and people would just rush in and rush out, rush in and rush out, and no one seemed to pay him any attention at all. Finally, one day, this man came in to the store, and I guess hurried as people always are in the morning to get their coffee or get their whatever, their newspaper or whatever, buy their lottery ticket. And the man said, "Good morning, what's your name?" And just in passing, "My name's Jim." And passed on and went into the store. And while he was in the store getting a coffee for himself, the thought came to him, well, maybe I'll get him a coffee too, get this guy a coffee. He looks like he certainly can use it. So he comes outside, gives him the coffee, and rushes on to his car. And the man, his eyes lit up when he received the coffee and said, "Thank you, sir," and moved off to his car and moved on. Well, several weeks later, as he was coming to the store again, he noticed a crowd gathered around the door, or gathered around the front of the store. And he went over, and there was an ambulance there, and he put his nose in and said, What happened? What's the story? What's going on?" And people said, "Oh, it's this guy who's been outside at the store every day, And the police officer, he asked the police officer, "What happened?" He said, "It was the homeless man. He got tragically hit by a car in the parking lot and killed." And as they were kind of doing whatever the police do and whatever the EMs were trying to do, the man was already deceased, waiting for transport for him. The man who had stopped said, "Listen, I don't know much about him. I only met him a while ago, but no one seems to know who this guy is." "Well, all I know about him is that his name is Howard, and because he told me that his name was Howard the day I brought him some coffee." And the police officer said, "Well, listen, here, take this. It's the only thing this man had. You seem to be the only one who knows anything about this guy. No one seems to know anything about him. So here, take this, and we're going to leave. It seems to be his only possession." So the man took the shoebox that he had and went back, got in, got his coffee, went out to his car. But before he drove off, he decided to look into the box. And as he looked into the box, he opened up, and there was an envelope. It was a dirty envelope, and on the envelope it had the words printed in the pencil, "My friends." And Jim thought, well, maybe what I got to do is I can maybe find someone of his friends who knows him, and I can let him know at least that the man died. And so he opens up the envelope, and in the envelope there's this one little piece of paper with a dirty piece of paper scribbled with one little word scribbled on it. And on the paper was the word Jim. "My friends, Jim." Only one. And I thought about that story, And I thought, what a powerful and wonderful way to present to you today of how important it is. I don't care how locked down we are, I don't care how shut down we are, the importance of reaching out, of making someone's life better because we decide to become a part of it, how impactful that can be. And I'm challenging us today to be someone's Jim, to be someone who, even if it's not the most comfortable thing that we feel like doing, to reach out and to give a good word to someone, to extend a good deed for someone. Doesn't take much. You don't got to be a rocket scientist. You don't got to be a theological student. You don't got to be have a title or anything else. We all know what kindness is. We all know what compassion is, and that's the word of Jesus. And that's the gospel that we're called to be to each other. Let's challenge ourselves to be gospel to each other. And to live that gospel every day by making someone's life better every day because we've decided to become a part of it. You've heard me say this countless times. Well, this story is an illustration of it. Let's not shut ourselves down, close ourselves off from the people that God puts in our life. He puts them there for a reason. And all it takes is a little word, a little smile, a little good thought, a good deed, a kindness, and it could change someone's life. Change his life. Be Jim for someone today and tomorrow and the day after. And every day of our life, commit ourselves to being a Jim for someone. Okay? God bless you all and have a wonderful Wednesday.